Hello viewers, welcome to Mr. P TV. My name is Pascal Chukwuebuka. Today in our YouTube channel, we are going to address the issue rape. Just currently, a girl was reading in her church doing her studies, and then she was raped by an unknown suspect. Now she's dead. More of these cases are happening around the world, and then I think it is important for me to invite a special guest, Miss Zena, a nursing student, who is going to tell us what rape is all about, the side effects, and then how we can be able to stop and end rape now. Please keep watching Mr. P TV. Like I said, we have a special guest, Miss Zena, in our program today. Welcome, Miss Zena.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us more about yourself, Miss Zena?
My name is Amo Zainab. I'm a Nigerian and I'm a nursing student, nursing 300, and I'm here to share my opinion on rape.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank
Miss Zena,
you.
please, what comes to your mind when you hear the word rape?
Rape. When I hear the word rape, what comes to my mind is violence against someone's will. Rape is when two people have sexual intercourse without the consent of one of the partner. Like, you want to have a sexual intercourse with someone, but then the person is not having the willingness to actually do it, and you go ahead and do it against the person's will. That's rape, because the consent is not there. It's consent that makes it different from a normal sexual intercourse and rape, because a sexual intercourse, two people have to come together, then so they have to be willing to actually have the sex. But in case of rape, the consent is not there. One person is not having that willingness to actually do that, and the other person is trying to force the partner into doing it. So that is rape.
Miss Zena, please, as a nursing student, what are the side effects of rape on the victim?
Side effects of rape. Coming to our society, the first side effect of rape is the stigmatization. People will stigmatize you. And going to the psychological aspect of the victim, the person becomes traumatized. It's like the person doesn't even know what to do again. The person becomes so psychologically depressed. And talking to the physical part of the victim, so many things like vaginal inflammation, we have bleeding sometimes, and we also have what's it called? We also have what we call HSDD, hyperactive sexual desire disorder. The person doesn't feel for sex anymore, lack of feeling for sex, and which can actually start affecting the person's relationship, because if the person is not married, and maybe the person is in a relationship, or even if the person is married, it can affect the person's relationship with their partner. So other effects can be STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, like HIV, vaginal infection, so many things, because the person, you don't even know what they accused, you don't know the kind of infection or disease the person might be carrying. So a victim is at risk of getting those diseases. And another thing is death. Depression can lead to death. Even the violence during the act can
Lead to death.
lead to death.
Okay.
So even sometimes they go to the extent of actually committing suicide.
Wow.
Because of the stigmatization and so many things surrounding the whole situation. So it can be during the act, it can be because of the stigmatization, it can even be suicide, the person killing him or herself. So
Okay. You stated the side effects of rape.
yeah.
Please, can you tell us the causes of this abominable act, rape?
Causes of rape. Actually, when we talk about causes of rape, mistake we've been making in the society is focusing the cause of rape in just one direction.
Okay.
And most especially, that's actually people trying to blame the victim, which is not supposed to be. We're supposed to blame the accused. We're supposed to question the accused, not the victim. The first one is psychological problem. most rapists have been diagnosed of psychological problem, and most of the patients that or people that are at risk of actually being a rapist and they have psychological problem are people with schizophrenia, maniac disorder. They are of high risk of actually like being a rapist. You understand? So most times this will be are psychologically not sound.
Okay.
You understand? So and this can actually prompt them into actually like rape someone or
Want
like
to indulge in the act.
exactly want to indulge in the act. You understand? Because they are not even psychologically sound. Let me just use that word. And another thing is lack of awareness. There is no sound awareness of this rape of a thing. Like sometimes our society make it seems like it's just one of those things that happen, which is not supposed to just be like that. It's not something to just abandon or just overlook in the society. It's a great offense.
Yeah.
So it's something that's supposed to like we should create enough awareness, and we shouldn't wait for our government to actually do that. Awareness starts from home,
Okay.
from our house, from our society. We can't wait for the government to do everything for us.
Sure.
So we need to like make both the male child and the female child, and most especially the male child, we have to make them understand that this rape of a thing or having sex with ladies or women is not about like you don't think of women as like women like to be forced or
Objects.
or object of sex that you can just and they feel like they're going to get freedom from punishment. They're not going to be punished. So we need to make it. We need to make them like aware of what great offense rape is. And another like causes of rape can be lack of legal policies in our society. Because there is no legal policy, there is no standard policy that has been taking effect on such cases. Most times people report such cases and they don't get the justice.
Yeah.
So I think our government needs to work on the policy by giving us standard policy, whereby you know that is when you commit this offense, you get the right to justice. Because most times people don't want to report simply because they feel like they're not going to get the justice, which is not supposed to be so.
Yeah.
Another thing is what we call rape minds. People thinking when a lady says no, she means yes. A no, it's a no. Like a no is a no. There is nothing like you thinking on her behalf that okay, she's saying no, probably she means yes. When she says no, understand that she says no. And definitely if she's saying no, that means she doesn't like she's not consenting to what you want to do, and you should back up. Right now, when I'm talking about the consent, I'm not talking about only for the ladies. Even guys, even when the lady wants to have sex with the guy, it is important you seek consent
From the guy.
Yes, this is not about just lady. We have men that are being raped.
Yeah.
We have boys that are being raped.
Yes.
So it's not only about ladies. Like I said earlier, I was like talking about the direction in which our society is facing like it's only girls that are being raped. No. You see younger guys that will tell you that their mom's friend, their elder cousins has raped them.
But those ones we don't see it.
We don't see because normally people don't want to believe like a guy can be raped or a boy can be raped. Anybody can be raped. A boy, a girl, man, woman. Anybody can be raped. So the consent needs to be there. And we need to like understand that rape might is actually one of the reason why we are having so much rape incidents.
Yeah.
You understand? So that rape might we should try to wipe it off from our society, instilling that mindset in our children that when someone says no, he or she means yes, or you have to force someone to do something, to have sex against their own will. Because I've seen series of cases whereby a guy will say, ladies like to be forced.
Wow.
That is why at the end of the day they can actually use it against you. Because she says no, you're assuming she says yes, you force her into doing it. And at the end of the day, she's coming to say you raped her. And now you want to say you raped her. Definitely people are going to ask you, did she ever say yes to you? And that is enough point to actually, for you not to be able to justify yourself.
Yeah, you can just go to jail for that.
Exactly. And home training as well. In terms of our fathers trying to tell their male children that as a man, you are the superior. You have power over ladies. You should behave like a man. We need to stop that act. We need to learn, we need to teach our children how to respect one another, be it male or female.
Gender equality.
Exactly. So I think those are the main. And again, before I forget, lack of safety in the society. We have villages whereby there is no light, they don't have toilet facilities. Young children want to go out and urinate at night. But there's no enough safety for them, no light, nobody to call. So imagine a young child that maybe like she's pressed and she wants to use the toilet, but there's no toilet facilities. So she has to go out of the house to urinate late at night. Maybe she didn't even bother calling anybody to escort her outside. And maybe there's a drunk man coming. Even if he's not drunk, everybody can take the advantage.
Yes.
You understand? So you see, there is no safety. And if the child continues to shout, nobody might actually wake up.
The deed has not been done.
Exactly. And rapists, they are fond of like threatening the person, like the people they rape. They'll tell you, don't tell anybody. Imagine telling a young child, a grown ass man telling a young child that don't tell anybody. If you tell someone, I'm going to kill you. Like that child will definitely like just keep quiet about it. And this is ruining like our society. This trend, they actually are like they are the future leaders, and we are automatically ruining them. So what kind of children are we bringing up in our society? So those are the things I feel like they are the main causes of rape in our society, and we all need to work on that, not just the government but everybody.
So it's a general.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mizera, please, what idea do you have that can help us to reduce the rate of rape in our society today?
Ideas on how to reduce rape in our society.
Because I know it may not end rape.
I was coming to that.
Okay.
Seriously, unfortunately for us, this ending of a rape thing, we will have to like go a long way to actually put a stop to it. Because most of the rapists are people. Most times, the rapists are actually, they don't rape who they don't know. They are not strangers. They are people around us.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to say, if you actually want to end rape, we need to start exposing rapists. That's the first thing. We need to start exposing them. If you know a rapist, don't hide it. It might be you tomorrow. It might be your child. It might be your daughter. It might be your wife. So don't let us expose the rapist. That's the first thing. Then secondly, we need more awareness. Create more awareness. Let's teach our children on sex education, self-control. We need to start teaching them that. And also our government needs to work on our policies to get better justice for who has been victim or who have been in such situations before. And another thing is, I feel like sometimes we ourselves, we see some signs but we ignore it. In the sense of friendship, if you see like a friendship or a kind of relationship is a threat and you are getting an hint that this person might actually be someone that will actually do this, it's better you end that kind of friendship or relationship.
You end it.
Yes, that's the best thing to do. You end it. Because if the person doesn't rape you, probably because the person is your boyfriend or your fiance or your husband and doesn't rape you, what if he rapes your daughter when you give birth? So if you feel the friendship or relationship is a threat, it's better to quit. And one other point I'll also add is we also need to stop the stigmatization. Let's stop facing the victims alone. Let's face the accused too. Let's stop asking victim questions like, what were you wearing when you were raped? Where were you going? Why were you there? Let's ask the accused questions like, why do you think what you've done is right? Why did you do that? Because we need to start facing the accused. Because most times the accused, like, they just feel like they can just get away with it. Nobody's asking the accused any question. Rather, they're actually facing the victims. If somebody goes to the police station and report that, okay, I've been raped, and the next question you're asking me is, what was I wearing? Where was I? I'll be discouraged. So we should face the accused more rather than the victim, and we should stop the stigmatization. It's not end of the world. It's not their fault. that they were raped. So please, we all need to like stop stigmatization and face the accused instead. And also our human rights, like human rights agencies, they need to work on human rights, especially on this rape aspect. They need to work on it. And lastly, I will tell anybody that has been a rape victim or that has experienced such, do not blame yourself for it. It wasn't you. So stop blaming yourself, and it is not the end of the world. The best thing is to gather yourself up and be a better person, be a better version of yourself.
Hello viewers, we can see that Ms. Zainab has given us a concrete information about the word rape, what she thinks are the side effects, which are numerous, but she named just a few, which are psychological trauma, bleeding, STD, and stigmatization. And also she made a point that what can cause rape, which might be the idea, the wrong notion that every woman is just an object to be used by every man, and that men should dominate any woman they meet anywhere. And then the wrong mind and the wrong knowledge we have about women. These are just few points she made. And lastly, how do we help reduce this menace in our society? She said that by giving sensitization programs, human rights activists should be up and doing. At the same time, government should have a solid policy. And then those that are raped or victims of rape should get up and then move on with their lives. So all these are points she made, which are very, very, very important and key in our society today. We appreciate her. At the same time, we thank you for watching our channel. Keep subscribing and don't stop being an ambassador of peace, justice, and unity in your society today. Thank you.